Hello, good evening, everybody. Once again, we are live from Dubai International, and today is 27th of July 2026. Only 3 more days remaining in the end of July. The month of July will be over after 3 days. So let's see if there is some latest news, breaking news from Khalij Times. Trump says in talks with Iran, good chance something could happen. Lebanon's ON condemned attacks on Saudi Arabia. Lebanon's ON condemned the attempt to target petroleum facilities in Saudi Arabia using drones, calling the attacks a violation of the kingdom's security and stability and a threat to the regional security and interest of its people. Trump to ask Putin if Russian satellites aiding Tehran. Trump said he will ask Russian President Putin if Russian satellites are helping Tehran direct strikes in Middle Eastern. I'll ask Putin about it. We'll find out. Trump told reporters about Air Force One. Trump says having good talks with Iran. US President Trump told reporters on Monday that the US is having good talks with Iran right now, according to Reuters. Trump on Air Force. Hello, how are you? Muhammadan war Muhammadan war Muhammadan. MashaAllah. Muhammadan war 8106. Welcome. Where are you watching our live? Let me know. Are you from Indonesia or Malaysia? Let me know from which country or which city you are watching our live. This is Saudi Arabia, this is Pakistan, this is UAE. All Africa and Asia flags on my t-shirt. So always waiting your comments in the feedback. If there is no comments, of course we have to read the news to feed our lives. So Brent Cruise futures. I'm from Pakistan. Wow, Muhammad Anwar. Pakistan, welcome. Okay, Pakistan. Always people are watching us from Pakistan, from India, from Bangladesh, from Malaysia, from also the Caribbean, from Middle East, from Africa. Welcome. Iran says kills 4 members of banned Kurdish group. Iran security forces killed 4 members of an outlawed Kurdish group in the west of the country near Iraq, following an armed clash between the brave border guards and these aggressive elements. 4 members of the PJAK group were killed, police said in a statement. Kurdistan Free Life Party is proscribed as a terrorist organization by Iran, Turkey and the US. Significant amounts of weapons and ammunition, including several pistols, magazines, bullets and hand grenades were discovered in their vehicle near the city of Bane in the western province of Kurdistan. So let me know whoever is watching our live from which country, which city. We are waiting for your comments. Jordan condemned the attack on Saudi Arabia. Jordan condemned the attacks that attempted to target petroleum facilities in Saudi Arabia using drones launched from Iraqi territory. Jordan said it is a flagrant violation of Saudi Arabia's sovereignty, a threat to its security and stability, and a blatant breach of international law and the UN Charter. Jordan Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Expats Affairs also expressed statement solidarity with Saudi Arabia and its full support for it in all steps it takes to protect its sovereignty, security, interest, and the safety of its citizens and residents therein. Trump to play up economy ahead of elections. Reuters. Trump will travel to a General Motors test site in Michigan on Monday to tout his trade and industrial policies, seeking to refocus attention on the economy even as an escalating conflict with Iran clouds the political outlook and stokes inflation concerns, Reuters said. With less than 100 days before the November midterm congressional elections, Trump hopes to change the political conversation. After months dominated by the Iran war, while the White House plans to highlight what it says is a manufacturing revival marked by new factory investment and job creation, the broader economic picture remains mixed, with higher gasoline prices, stubborn inflation, and growing public unease over the Middle East crisis eroding voter support. Jordan testing early warning alert systems. Jordan said it is testing the national early warning messaging system from July 27 until August 2 in order to examine the technical aspect of the alerts. Lebanon's on receives UAE FNC president. Okay, Houthis say drone target Saudi crude oil transport infrastructure. Saudi asked Iraq to ensure territory not used for attacks. Saudi Arabia Ministry of Foreign Affairs called on the Iraqi government to ensure that its territory is not used as a launching pad for attacks. The Foreign Ministry also expressed the kingdom's condemnation of drone attacks, which it said were launched by Iranian-backed militia in Iraq. The ministry said Saudi Arabia affirmed its right to respond, along with the right to preserve its security and sovereignty. Dollar retreats as oil slumps on pause in conflicts. Reuters. The dollar dropped against other major currencies on Monday, Reuters reported, as a pause in U.S. bombing in Iran dragged oil prices lower and lifted risk appetite ahead of a busy week of central bank meetings. Saudi says intercepted drones from Iraq. Saudi Arabia Defense Ministry said that a number of drones from Iraq were intercepted and destroyed. The drones attempted to target petroleum facilities in the eastern region and Riyadh. The ministry spokesperson Major General Turki Al-Maliki said. Some UAE airlines extend cancellation to Kuwait and Bahrain. Netanyahu en route to meet Trump. Israeli PM Netanyahu said he is on his way to meet Trump. The two leaders' eighth meeting since the US president was elected to his second term. Iran will be at the forefront of issues to be discussed in the meeting, Netanyahu said. European shares gain as US-Iran optimism lifts restrictions. Iran must not allow US to decide when to wage war, says official. Iran must not allow the US to decide when to wage war and when to declare a ceasefire, the Deputy Parliament Speaker said during an online parliamentary session on Monday. We must not allow the US to wage war whenever it wants and declare a ceasefire whenever it chooses. He also said Tehran would never reach an understanding with Washington. America's war is war. Its peace is also war. Its dialogue is war as well. Kuwait, Oman Foreign Minister discussed regional developments. Kuwait's Foreign Minister on Monday held discussions with his Omani counterpart regarding ongoing regional developments. Fire erupts near major Tehran hotel. Smoke billowed over Tehran, northern Tehran on Monday, AFP journalists witnessed after a building adjacent to the capital's hotel caught fire. This black and white columns of smoke engulfed the towering hotel, while flames in the nearby buildings were visible from surrounding rooftops. According to state television, correspondent at the site, guests inside the hotel were being evacuated to ensure their safety. Bahrain announced a joint military exercise with GCC countries' armed forces. Bahrain Defense Forces announced a joint military exercise with forces from GCC countries from July 28 to July 30, titled the Bahrain Shields. The exercise aims to strengthen joint military cooperation among GCC countries, exchange expertise, and evaluate joint military operational systems. It said in a statement, the exercise is further supposed to help participating forces gain field experience, improve their ability to plan and execute joint operations. Copper gains on Middle East de-escalation. Copper prices firmed up on Monday, buoyed by a nascent halt in fighting between the US and Iran and oil markets relief Iran has not asked for resumption of talks with US officials. Israel military says intercepts 2 drones near Jordan border. Iran says US not involved in talks with Oman over Hormuz Strait. Iran says someone French and why over interference in internal affairs. Iran warns of unforeseen consequences after a Ukraine attack on Caspian Sea ship. Iran Foreign Minister warned on Monday of unforeseen consequences following Ukraine's attack on an Iranian vessel in the Caspian Sea over the weekend, Reuters reported. This action by Ukraine was an absolutely illegal and unjustified, contrary to the Charter of the UN, as well as a dangerous act of adventurism that will certainly not go unanswered by us, the ministry spokesman Ismail Bakai said. So these are the local and international news from the Middle East. Let's see if there is any other breaking news from Khaleej Times. Alert issued as high rain hits. UAE cracks down on maid agencies as 42 officers fined for 135 violations. Why thick and paid plastic bags are used in UAE over 2 years after ban. UAE shuts down 31 firms, refers 104 for legal action over environmental violations. A total of 269 establishments were inspected, including pet shops, livestock and bird markets, nurseries and other outlets involved in regulated activities. Authorities in the UAE shut down 31 establishments for violating environmental laws and referred another 104 to the relevant committees for legal action during the first half of 2026. The move came after 30 joint inspection campaigns conducted by the Ministry of Climate Change and Environment in cooperation with local authorities across the country. A total of 269 establishments were inspected, including pet shops, livestock, bird markets. Yahya Burak, welcome from Turkey. This is the Turkish flag here. You can see the Turkish flag here. I'm from Pakistan. Pakistan and Turkey are brothers. Turkey and Pakistan are real brothers. See, that's why Turkey is always together with Pakistan and Pakistan is always together with Turkey. Welcome from Istanbul. I want to visit Istanbul very, very soon, very, very soon. Hopefully, Pakistan, thank you very much. Turkey, I love Istanbul, I love Ankara, I love all Turkey. We are always with Turkey. Turkey is our brother, our family, our member, our family, our family, you can say. Turkey and Pakistan are always joint, always together for fighting against the enemy, for fighting against any problems. We are always together. Pakistan always supports Turkey and Turkey always supports Pakistan. That is the very, very strong bond between the two countries. I love this. Thanks, Turkey. Thanks very much. So send me your comments, your feedback in the comments. I'm here from Dubai International, recording my live for today. Today is 27th of July 2026. So thank you very much, Turkey. I will visit soon Istanbul, the beautiful city in the world, and then I will record my videos for YouTube and TikTok all over the Istanbul, beautiful city in the world. So let's see the next news. Next news from the Gulf news. Let's see the Gulf news. Let's see the Turkish newspaper from Turkey, if there is any latest news. Daily Sabah from Istanbul, Turkey, it says that Israel okays deployment of international force in Gaza under Trump plan. Trump defies Israeli objections over potential F-35 deal with Turkey. Erdogan, Senegal's Faya discuss trade defense ties in phone call. Turkey to unveil terror-free Turkey legal framework before recess. Trump warns of strong military action if Iran talks fail. 2 US missiles hit Iran's Qishm Island amid escalation. Iraqi PM set for inaugural visit to Turkey. So let's see this news from Turkey. Turkey and Pakistan are the real brothers. So from Turkey, the news is US President Trump brushed aside reported Israeli opposition to a potential sale of F-35 fighter jets to Turkey on Monday, praising Ankara as a tremendous ally and insisting that no country would dictate us arms sales ahead of his scheduled meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu. Responding to a question about Israel's reported objection to a possible F-35 deal with Turkey, Trump rejected the notion that outside actors could influence U.S. defense sales. Turkey has been a tremendous ally, Trump said. Nobody tells me what we should be selling or not selling. The issue resurfaced after Trump signaled at the recent NATO summit alongside President Tayyip Erdogan that Washington was prepared to lift sanctions on Turkey and was open to selling F-35 fighter jets to Ankara. The prospect prompted public criticism from Netanyahu, with Axios later reporting that Trump was angered by the remarks, quoting White House officials as saying the US president believed Netanyahu had no right to weigh on in American arms sale decisions. Turkey was removed from the multinational F-35 program in 2019 after acquiring Russia's S-400 air defense system, prompting US sanctions despite Ankara's role as a production partner in the fighter jet program. President Erdogan had previously called Turkey's removal from F-35 fighter jet program unjust, stressing that its re-entry is key to NATO security. Despite boasting NATO's second largest army, Turkey often faced arms embargoes in the past that pushed it to significantly boost domestic capabilities and curb foreign dependence over the last few decades. Today, it produces a wide range of vehicles and arms types of domestically, including its own drones, missiles, and naval vessels. It's also developing its own fifth-generation fighter jet. This is the news from Turkey. Erdogan and Senegal discuss trade defense ties in a phone call. Send me your comments in the feedback. Send me your feedback in the comments. Send me your questions in the comments. Let me know from where you are watching our live. President Tayyip Erdogan spoke by phone with Senegalese President on Monday to discuss Turkey-Senegal relations alongside regional and global issues, according to a statement by Communication Directorate. During the call, Erdogan said Turkey would continue working toward achieving the two countries' bilateral trade volume targets, stressing that strengthening cooperation across multiple sectors, particularly investment, would play a key role in reaching that goal. The president also underscored the strategic importance of accelerating defense industry of cooperation between Ankara and Dakar. Dakar is the Senegal capital, reaffirming that Turkey would continue advancing bilateral ties based on its win-win approach. Okay, the next news is Turkey to unveil terror-free Turkey legal framework before rescue. Next is Trump. Trump warns of strong military action if Iran talks fail. US President Trump said Monday that Washington is engaged in very deep talks with Iran, but warned that the window for diplomacy is rapidly closing, saying the US is prepared to take strong military action if negotiations collapse. not much time. Either it goes fast or not at all. Trump told Axios when asked how long he was willing to go for talks. If they don't work out, we will go back to very strong military action, Trump told the Israeli broadcaster channel. He emphasized that the diplomatic window is narrow, noting that the process must move forward rapidly or not at all. The US President explained he paused strikes on Friday following appeals from regional mediators. All of the people that deal with Iran asked me, don't fire, Trump claimed, asserting that there was nothing against nothing lost but by granting the request. Trump's remarks come ahead of his scheduled meeting with Israeli PM Netanyahu on Tuesday. The two countries launched strikes on Iran in late February, citing threats and over its nuclear program. I am going to talk to Bibi about the fact that if I weren't president, Iran would have had nuclear weapons by now and Israel would have been destroyed. Trump's words came after a halt to U.S. strikes following 2 weeks of sustained bombardments, as well as U.S. media reports that top U.S. officials, including Vice President J.D. Vance, urged the president to avoid a major escalation, citing munitions stockpile and the potential consequences. Trump dismissed concerns over shrinking ammunition stockpile, telling the Wall Street Journal that the U.S. has far more munitions than anyone in the world and far more than we need. U.S. Ambassador to the UN Mike Waltz said Sunday that Trump is allowing some space for diplomatic discussions with Iran and that negotiations are proceeding at every level. Pakistan mediated a ceasefire in April and later a MOU was signed between Tehran and Washington in June to allow for further negotiation and to end the war permanently. But tensions had flared up earlier this month over disagreements on navigation and the Strait of Hormuz, which Iran effectively blocked during the conflict. Okay, Turkey FM and US and Y discuss Iran talks. Turkey's export to Syria jumped more than 26%. Turkey's KADS protection app reaches nearly 10 million upload downloads. Turkey, Iraq PM set for inaugural visit to Turkey. Turkey launched second communication council focused on media policy. Turkey is ruling AK party to mark 25th anniversary. What has been hit so far in Ukraine's attacks on Russian energy sites? Peugeot to produce Rifter model in Turkey from Q3. Turkey's air passenger forecast lifted to nearly 259 million this year. 259 million this year. It's a huge number. Photographers capture Milky Way from Kakar mountain at 3 kilometers. 3 kilometers. 3,000 meters in Turkey. So these are the news from Turkey. Once again, let's see the Gulf News, official newspaper of Dubai. It says that Trump warns of military action if Iran talks fail. No air strikes, but Iran's pressure campaign rolls on. US-Iran conflict, UAE residents evening update. Diplomatic push grows after US-Iran halt attacks. Saudi Arabia falls drone targeting oil facilities. UAE condemns Israeli satellite attacks in West Bank. Flying today. Bank of Baroda data leak. What do we know so far? Bank says core systems secure as probe focus on employee email compromise. UAE credit reports to include buy now, pay later data. Why some UAE travelers are delaying holidays. Heavy rain and hail across the eastern region. Dubai Metro Blue Line, what we know so far. Let's see this news. Arvind Kejriwal warns of wider protest over E20 issues. Best electric shaver on Amazon.ae 2026 buyers guide. Grid breaks ground on Enchant in Dubai's Arjan. Wow. Bollywood star Kalpana Iyer on Dubai and Dhurandhar. Let's see this local news from UAE Dubai. Dubai Metro Blue Line. We recorded almost half an hour, and the remaining half an hour, then we will close our live on YouTube. The long-awaited Dubai Metro Blue Line is beginning to take shape, with major construction milestones already being reached as work accelerates on one of the city's most significant transport projects. Just 2 months after tunneling works officially began, the RTA announced what happened? The completion of the first phase of excavation in July, a sign of how far construction technology has advanced since Dubai's original metro network was built nearly 2 decades ago. The Blue Line is a key part of Dubai's vision for future growth, designed to connect emerging residential communities, economic centers, and key destinations while supporting the goals of Dubai 2040 Urban Master Plan. Faster tunneling than ever before. The launch of tunneling works marked a major step in the development of the new line. It also highlighted how dramatically construction capabilities have evolved since the first Dubai Metro tunnels were carved beneath the city in 2007. Back then, tunnel boring machines represented a major engineering breakthrough. Excavation progressed at an average of around 12 meters per day, with tunneling works taking approximately 7 months to complete. Today, the Blue Line is being excavated using Al-Wagesha, a next-generation tunnel boring machine equipped with advanced digital guidance and monitoring system. According to the RTA, the machine can excavate around 30 meters per day. Wow! 30 meters per day, more than double the rate achieved during the construction of the original metro. The result is significantly faster progress, with the first phase of tunneling completed in just 2 months. At 163 meters long and weighing around 2,000 tons, Al-Wagesha is more than a conventional tunnel boring machine. It operates as a fully integrated underground production system, capable of excavating, removing spile, and automatically installing tunnel lining segments in a continuous process. The technology enables greater precision, efficiency, and safety while reducing construction time. For Dubai, the achievement reflects how rapidly the Emirates tunneling expertise has advanced in less than 20 years. So the 2 key stations. What are these 2 key stations? Let's see. Two key stations. A record size interchange. At Dubai International City 1, the Blue Line will connect to what's set to become the largest underground interchange station anywhere in the metro network. Over 44,000 square meters, engineered to move an estimated 350,000 people through it daily. Functionally, it's the hinge point of the whole line, linking the Blue Line's 2 branches and knitting together travel across eastern and northern Dubai, world's tallest metro station. Then there is MR Property Station, which at 74 meters will be the tallest metro station in the world. It's been designed by Skidmore, Owings and Merrill, the firm behind Burj Khalifa, as well as New York's Olympic Tower and Chicago's Cirrus Tower, and covers around 11,000 square meters. The brief here wasn't just function. The artist described it as a symbolic gateway meant to capture openness and modern identity. It will primarily serve Dubai Creek Harbour, a waterfront community of roughly 40,000 residents, with the ridership expected to cross 70,000 a day by 2040 and capacity built in for 160,000. Dubai Metro Blue Line routes. The Blue Line will span 30 kilometers across two routes and is designed to improve links between several rapidly developing districts. The first route, stretching 21 kilometers and comprising 10 stations, will begin at Creek Interchange Station on the Green Line in Al Jadaf. It will pass through Dubai Festival City, Dubai Creek, Harbour and Ras Al Khor Industrial Area, International City 1, International City 2 and 3, Dubai Silicon Oasis and Dubai Academic City. The second route will extend 9 kilometers from Central Point Interchange Station on the Red Line in Al Rashidiyah. It will travel through Mirdif and Al Warqa before connecting with the International City 1 Interchange Station. This section will include 4 stations. While the Blue Line is still under construction, the pace of progress offers a glimpse into the scale of Dubai's ambitions. From faster, smarter tunneling technology to record-breaking stations and new transport links, the project is shaping up to be one of the most transformative additions to the city's public transport network since the metro first opened in 2009. So this was the news from local Dubai about Dubai Metro Blue Line. Work is going on. An Indigo flight through Dubai marks emergency landing. What happened? The aircraft landed safely and all 194 passengers disembarked without any injury. New Delhi. An Indigo flight operating from Mumbai to Dubai made an emergency landing at Gujarat Rajkot Airport on Monday after the crew detected smoke in the aircraft cargo hold. The flight 1452 was carrying 194 passengers when the crew reportedly noticed smoke in the cargo hold area and alerted air traffic control. Following the alert, Rajkot Airport declared a full emergency to facilitate a safe landing. The aircraft landed safely at Rajkot Airport and all 194 passengers disembarked without any injuries. Rajkot Airport director reportedly said an Indigo flight operating from Mumbai to Dubai made an emergency landing after smoke was detected in the cargo hold area. He added that the aircraft landed safely and all passengers were safe. Thank God. Arvind Kejriwal warns of wider protests over E20 issue. Gaza teen triumphs despite war, loss and displacements. Where to watch Spider-Man brand new day first. Dubai adds 7 more areas to e-bike delivery network. Indian model Rahya Ahir to target cyber bullies. Is cricketer Yash Shabi Jaiswal, cricketer Arshdeep, actor. What the hell is that? India approves RBI trial of UAE investors dominate Sharjah property market. Why some UAE travelers are delaying holidays. Abu Dhabi Finance Week to return in December. Ajman Bank and National Bonds for Savings Allowance. Where to watch Spider-Man brand new day first. Bollywood star. iPhone 18 Pro, do you need it? Biggest features? Wow. iPhone 18 Pro is coming. Infantino slams World Cup critics for spreading hate. Samson couldn't keep up with Kohli's strict lifestyle. So let's see some news from the Dawn News. Dawn News is a credible newspaper from Pakistan. Trump says good chance Iran talks will yield results. Lil in Iran, US fighting achieved by fresh round of diplomacies by Pakistan and other mediators. Trump's morally reprehensible bargain of tying Saudi nuclear deal to Israel. In meeting with CDF Munir, US congressman acknowledged Pakistan's critical role in regional stability, ISPR. Let's see this news. Visiting US congressman acknowledged Pakistan's critical role in regional stability during a meeting with Chief of Defense Forces and Chief of Army Staff Field Marshal Asim Munir in Rawalpindi, the ISPR said on Monday. According to a statement issued by the military's media wing, CDF met the two members of the US House of Representatives, Ryan Keith, Montana, and Michael James, Washington, at General Headquarters. Discussions focused on matters of mutual interest, regional security, bilateral defense cooperation, and avenues for enhancing economic collaboration and prosperity. It further noted that the visiting dignitaries acknowledged Pakistan's critical role in regional stability as well as its economic resilience. CDF Munir highlighted Pakistan's vast economic potential and emphasized that sustainable regional stability was deeply anchored in economic growth, made expansion and connectivity. According to the statement, he underscored the country's ongoing structural reforms aimed at fostering a business-friendly environment and attracting foreign investment. Recognizing the professional backgrounds and insights of the delegation, both sides discussed potential opportunities for bilateral economic engagements, private sector partnership, and enhancing bilateral trade ties. Thanking the military leadership for the warm hospitality, the delegation expressed its commitment to promoting deeper economic, commercial, and institutional linkage between Pakistan and the US. Trips to Islamabad and Lahore. Zinke and James arrived in Pakistan last week during their visit to Islamabad on Saturday. They expressed optimism about the future of Pakistan and US relations. The two lawmakers toured the Lok Virsa Museum and the Pakistan Monument in the feudal capital. Zinke and James also visited Lahore, where they met with Punjab Governor Sardar Salim Haider Khan and discussed bilateral ties. The two also visited the Punjab Safe Cities Authority, where they were briefed on the smart policing, surveillance, and public safety systems. Commenting on their interactions with Punjab authorities, James said, "We are very impressed how to see what Lahore was doing with their centralized police security system, and then hearing that what the minister's plans were for education, tourism, transport." Islamabad and Washington have expressed interest in increasing collaboration in areas such as critical minerals, energy development, information technology, and emerging economic sectors. Islamabad has also continued to seek greater market access for Pakistani exporters, particularly in sectors with strong potential in the US market. The US is Pakistan's largest single country export market, while Pakistan is the second largest importer of US cotton, underscoring the importance of the economic relationship between the two countries. So this is the news from local news from Pakistan. Let's see if there is any more latest news. The next news is polling concludes in Mirpur division as scuffles rigging allegation mar first phase of AJK election. Newly appointed CNSC Amar Raza meets CDF Asimani in Rawalpindi, ISPR says. Also local news from Pakistan, military. General Amar Raza met with Chief of Defence Forces and Chief of Army Staff Asim Munir at General Headquarters in Rawalpindi on Monday, according to military media wing. The Field Marshal congratulated the General Officer on assumption of command, a statement issued by the ISPR. General Raza was promoted to the rank of a 4-star general and appointed to the position of Commander of National Strategy Command, according to announcement by Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. According to the PMO, the Prime Minister congratulated the newly promoted general and wished him the best for undertaking this important responsibility. ISPR added in a statement that और पीनी है अंदर रखी है पहलवान ने भाई ले आ मंडिए ले आ फिर मंडिए. ISPR added a statement that General Raza was presented with a guard of honor upon his arrival at GSQ on his appointment as CNSC. It added that the general laid a floral wreath at Yadgar-e-Shahada and offered prayers for the martyrs. General Raza has previously been awarded by the Hilal-e-Imtiaz Military and Sitara Bisalat Star of Valor. The CNSC post was created under last year's 27th Constitutional Amendment, which made significant changes to the military's chain of command to assume the nuclear manager role previously exercised by the Chairman Joint of Chiefs of Staff Committee, a post which was abolished. The appointment, reappointment and extension of the CNSC are tied solely to the recommendation of the Chief of Defence Forces, a post that was also created under the amendment for a unified command structure across the armed forces. Under the changes, the appointment, reappointment or extension of the CNSC or the exercise of discretion by the appointing authority in this regard shall not be called into question before any court or any ground whatsoever. Last year, Field Marshal Asim Munir, who also served as the Chief of Army Staff, was appointed the country's first CDF following the passage of the 27th Amendment. So let's see the next news. Petroleum Minister hints at fuel price relief after Pakistan's oil cargoes clear Bab al-Mandab. Islamabad court extends physical remand of the PF officer's alleged killer by 7 days. Kuwaiti Foreign Minister to visit Pakistan from July 28 to 29. So tomorrow is July 28, yes. So Kuwaiti Foreign Minister will be visiting tomorrow to Pakistan. 4 men, reportedly Pakistani nationals, gunned down in South Africa. Let's see this news. Sad news from South Africa. There is fighting going on in South Africa. Tribals are fighting with the foreigners. 4 men reported to be Pakistani nationals were gunned down in a suspected ambush in South Africa. South Africa news platform reported on Sunday that the incident occurred in Campton Park, a city in the Gauteng province on Saturday evening. It added that the victims were shopkeepers in the Sabenza area. According to several social media posts, the victims were Pakistani nationals, the news outlet said, but noted that police were unable to confirm the victims' nationalities. Gauteng police spokesperson Colonel confirmed the deaths and said the police were investigating them as murder case. When asked to confirm the nationality of the victims, he told the news agency they are foreign nationals, but unfortunately at this stage I cannot confirm their nationality. According to her, the victim's Honda car had stopped at a red traffic light when 2 unknown men driving a white sedan stopped next to their vehicle, got out and started shooting at them. The driver of the Honda tried to drive off but lost control and hit a traffic island. The police official said, adding that the motive of the shooting was unknown and the suspects had not been arrested as of Sunday. In a statement issued on Monday, Punjab CM Mariam Nawaz expressed profound grief and sorrow over the killing of 4 Pakistani nationals in the incident. CM extended her heartfelt condolences and sympathies to the bereaved families and prayed for strength and patience for them in this difficult times. Ayat Khan, president of the Pakistan South Africa Association, said the association was deeply saddened and shocked by the killings and conveyed his condolences to the families of the deceased. It is heartbreaking to see people lose their lives simply when trying to earn an honest living and contribute to the South African economy. Violence affects not only the victims' families but also creates fear and uncertainty throughout the wider community. Hayat urged the South African authorities to conduct a thorough investigation, bring those responsible to justice, and continue strengthening measures to protect all law-abiding residents, regardless of nationality. Meanwhile, addressing a parliament session today, South Africa's President Cyril also called attention to outbreak of anti-migrant sentiment and incidents of intimidation and violence directed by foreign nationals. As the South African government, we have taken a firm stance against any form of intimidation, vigilantism, or violence directed at foreign nationals. His statement came as the country has witnessed often violent demonstrations against illegal immigration, with more than 160,000 people leaving, including at least 54,000 who were deported, according to The Guardian. In 2023, 2 Pakistani brothers were killed by unidentified individuals in South Africa and were laid to rest at their native village of Changri, Sialkot district. In 2022, the native of Wazirabad was murdered in South Africa during a robbery. He had been working abroad for 6 years. Too much crimes in South Africa. That's why we always say Dubai International is the best safe city in the world. Central bank keeps policy rate unchanged. Pakistan tells global watchdog polio eradication is within reach in security and KP remains biggest hurdle. Let's see the next news. Fly Dubai resumes daily flights to major European spots. From Gulf News, it's news that the travelers flying from UAE to Hungary will soon have another direct option, with Fly Dubai resuming non-stop flights between Dubai and Budapest from July 31. Dubai-based carrier said it will initially operate 3 weekly flights between Dubai Airport and Budapest International Airport before increasing the service to daily flights from October, ahead of the busy autumn and winter travel season. The route restores direct air links between the UAE and Hungary, offering passengers easier access to Dubai as well as onboard connections to more than 120 destinations across Fly Dubai's growing network. The flights will also operate under the Emirates and Fly Dubai code shares partnership, allowing the travelers to book their journey on a single ticket, check baggage through to their final destination, and connect seamlessly across both airlines' network. So this is the news from Dubai, Fly Dubai. Let's get back to the Dawn news again. PTI claims jailed leader Alia Hamza tagged in Port Lakbat jail. Petroleum Minister hints at fuel price relief after Pakistan's oil cargoes clear Bab el Mandab. Islamabad court, okay. Is pop culture trying to make smoking cool again? Lieutenant General Amaraza promoted to 4-star rank, appointing first commander National Strategic Command. He will be in charge of the nuclear assets of Pakistan. National Strategic Command is responsible for dealing with the nuclear assets, nuclear weapons. Pakistan is a declared nuclear weapon in the world. More than 140 nuclear arsenals ready to deploy in case of any risk to the Pakistan's sovereignty. India's Cockroach Janata Party demands the release of protesters after reports of detention. Modi faces challenge from activists over surveillance at India youth protest. 4 men, reportedly Pakistani nationals, gunned down. Spain races to contain blazes before temperatures rise. So these are the local news from Pakistan, from UAE, from Iran, from Middle East, from Africa. Africa is the great continent in the world. Let's open our live on TikTok also and see what's going on. Let's open our live on TikTok. TikTok live is very amazing, very interesting, too much freedom, too much options. So we are always enjoying our TikTok live, we are always enjoying our viewers, we are always having multiple options to chat with our viewers, to have discussions with our viewers. So now let's open. After more 5 minutes, I will close my live on YouTube. Palwana? So more 5 minutes we have to wait to open music, live music on the TikTok live. But we are gonna open our live here on TikTok so that we can have some. तू ही पी ना एक तब पी
आए
ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ
आ जा मान ला गल चंगा रहेगा ठंडा हो जा गले नहीं मान जा हुन गला तेरा खराब होना
ਆ ਗਾਲਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੇਣ ਦੇ ਕਾਰਡ
ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਸਮਝ ਲੱਗਣੀ
ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਮਝ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਰਿਕਾਰਡਿੰਗ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਨਾ
ਉਹ ਪਿਆਰੇ
ਬਸ
ਬਸ ਇੱਕ ਗਲਾਸ ਸੁੱਟ ਲੈ ਅੰਦਰ ਜਰਦਾ ਸ਼ਦੀਦ ਹੋ ਜੇ
Security. What? I was looking for you.
yeah too much work thank you
Hello, how are you, bro?
No, أخبارك شنو أنت تمام؟
You want to play?
No.
Where are you?
No
Where,
English.
where are you? No English?
No English.
Okay. No English, only Swahili. So, let me know whoever is watching our live. Asadi Kachere. Lost in the echo. I am lost in the. Mr. Damba. Tina Mreze, we are missing. Tina Mrambe, we are missing you too much. Tina, where are you, Tina Mrambe? Tina Mrambe, we are waiting for you. We are gonna play the music of Bobby Wine, of course. चल नाच फिर तो नहीं खोलना था क्या बुलाना है hello who is there on TikTok and YouTube if you don't want to play why people are coming to live we are gonna play the music after 5 minutes ठीक है जनाब where are you Tabby
I am from Pakistan and where are you from?
I'm in Dubai I'm also Pakistan
Ah, you are in Dubai.
but here is the time to play the music of Bobby Wine I'm gonna play the music of Bobby Wine at this time. I'm also missing the Bobby Wine music too much.
Okay, you can.
Let's play the Bobby Wine music. Hello, how are you? Let's play the Bobby Wine, one and only Bobby Wine. Where is Bobby Wine? Bobby Wine is here.
Spend money with confidence worldwide.
Once again, Bobby Wine is here. We are little bit far. इसका रिटेल आपको जो ट्रैवल एजेंसी है ना उससे
वो आप क्या वो क्यों देंगे रिटेल
तो
उनका
आपको
कुछ फायदा ही नहीं
प्रोसेस उनका एप्लीकेशन ये
नहीं वो तो हम सब करेंगे मतलब क्या वाउचर मिल रहे हैं क्या मतलब
वाउचर नहीं है वो आप उधर कुछ ऑनलाइन उसका सिस्टम है उसमें अप्लाई करेंगे उसके बाद वो उनके संगे उसके बाद वो उनके सिस्टम में आ जाएगा गवर्नमेंट के फिर वो जो बंदा आप जिसका आप डिटेल आप भेजेंगे अगर वो विजिट में आएगा तो फिर आपको उसका बोनस उसको होटल में इधर उधर उस चीज़ों में 3000
वाउचर देंगे वाउचर
हाँ वही
तो लिखो ना कि वाउचर देंगे
हाँ ऐसा है
पर देंगे इसका
होटल
इसका कहाँ पर करें किसी को नहीं मालूम
नहीं इनको मालूम होगा ये जो ट्रैवलिंग वाले ना वो
दिसंबर अभी ये अगस्त तक है
दिसंबर तक है
तक है ना ये अक्टूबर में खलास हुआ है दिसंबर अक्टूबर में खलास हुआ है दिसंबर तक कैसे
अक्टूबर में खलास हो रहा है
हम लिखेंगे उससे
अगस्त सितंबर
नहीं जुलाई अगस्त सितंबर अक्टूबर तक है 3 महीने का
3 महीना बहुत
तो
है ना
दिसंबर तक क्यों है फिर वो
पता नहीं उसके बारे में मुझे मैंने न्यूज़ देखा है ओरिजिनल वो BBC में आया है
हाँ
ओरिजिनल है Anyway, we are going to close our live here on YouTube. We were having some discussion regarding visa issues of the new visitors. Anyway, let me know if you want to ask any question. Please let me know here in the comments. I am going to close my live after 1 minute because we already complete recording our live of 1 hour. Almost we are recording 1 hour daily. So now is the time to close our live on YouTube and go non-stop music on TikTok of Bobby Wine. You are welcome from all over Africa, Asia, Americas. and all over other. You can send me your comments anytime in the videos. I'm always happy to answer your questions, your feedback, and your inquiries. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much. Now we are going to close our live on YouTube.
The loan for telephone gives you 5,000 dirhams loan instantly. What about...
Hello,
Hello, how are you?
I am good. You are you?
I'm fine also.